Hola, from the west side. It is me, DC, the Purple Diva. Welcome to Not So Random Chat. Happy Saturday, y'all. Happy Saturday. Hope you guys are doing good. I took a night off last night. I was just kind of chilling, watching other content creators. But nonetheless, I was still grinding those hours out. I am on my way to 3,300 right now. I'm in that between 3,200 and 3,300. So I'm pushing those hours. So I hope everybody is enjoying the little contents that I'm putting out there. You know, my little funnies that I'm putting out in the morning. But let me just do what I normally do. When I do come on, I'm going to post out that I'm online because, I don't know how these notifications are sometimes, y'all. Decided to change the music up a little bit tonight. Let's see. Come on through and chat. Right. So, I know not, there's been a little bit of talk in regards to Ice Cube and his I don't know what you want to call it, I guess working with Trump, endorsing Trump. I don't know what he's doing, to be honest with you. And black folk are losing their mind. People want to cancel Ice Cube and all kinds of stuff. And it's like, really, y'all? Like, really? I mean, because you disagree with his political views? You know, lest we forget that there was a time when black people were not Democrats, but were Republicans. And it was the Republican Party that was really for us. Now, there was a time then maybe the Democratic Party was for us, but right now, there's not really a party on a national level that is really and truly for the betterment of black people. Let's just be real about that. And I'm not going to cancel Ice Cube. You know, okay, he wants to deal with Trump. More power to him. Now, he may influence, a certain percentage of the quote unquote population. But here's the thing, Ice Cube, like a Jay-Z and a Sean P. Diddy Combs, they are part of the, elite as far as where they are with their money and their, status and all of that stuff. And they're not on the same socioeconomic level with most Black Americans. Okay. And we don't know truly what the opposition, Mr. Biden, is going to do, to be honest. But I'm not here saying vote for Trump. But I am saying that just like you and I have a right to vote for who we want in this presidential election, so does Ice Cube. If you don't agree with his political stance, that's fine. At least he's voting. You got a whole bunch of folk out there that ain't even going to vote. Not even going to vote. But y'all want to cancel him. So, yeah, he had his little basketball league that didn't really go the way that he wanted it to. And, it didn't get the backing and everything. And so he may have some sour grapes. Hey, Joe. Just talking about Ice Cube right now. People jumping up and down about him and Trump. But we're less than 30 days from the election, y'all. And at this particular point, who do you think Ice Cube is really going to sway that wasn't already going to vote for Trump? I mean, just be real about it, y'all. Who could he possibly sway? I mean, most of us, by this point, I think, have made up our minds. That's what I think. Most of us have already made up our minds. There is a very few people who have not made up their minds about who they're going to vote for. And it's very different than 8 years ago and then 12 years ago. Yeah, a lot of people probably did vote for Obama because he was black and they wanted a black president. I didn't want the other guy. I didn't want the other guy. That's why I voted for Obama. Each time I voted for Obama because I didn't want the other guy. And so if I vote for Biden, it's because I didn't want the other guy, not because I wanted him. You see what I'm saying? Now, I mean, there are a lot of us who voted for Obama, and I'm talking about black Americans who voted for Obama, who had a problem when he was very, very pro-alphabet community. But y'all know that the alphabet community helped get him in too, right? Y'all know that, right? So I guess he was paying them back by making sure that their stuff went to the Supreme Court. And here's my thing. Marriage has gone from becoming a religious, biblical situation to being a civil act. So if you're looking at it as a civil act, then I guess it's just two human beings getting married. And it's not the same as, you know, marriage as holy matrimony, as, as in a religious ceremony. It's just not. But, that that did, kind of come at a lot of us a certain kind of way. And here's my thing. I don't have any issues with the alphabet community having their rights. Don't come at me, alphabet community. My issue has always been is that everybody wants to make civil rights that were made specifically for black people about them. That's it. Everybody has to be part of the Civil Rights Act. And it's not about y'all. It's only about black people. Now, if you're black and gay, then it's about you too. But sexual orientation had nothing to do with the Civil Rights Act. Period. Point blank. And that's what my issue has always been. Not about whether, people's sexual orientation should be an issue in who they marry. I just didn't like it being pulled into the same connotation and being thought of the same way as what has happened to black Americans who, you know, are the only non-immigrants, only immigrants who who are really not immigrants because, we were chattel. Our ancestors were chattel. So, you know, just looking at it from that perspective. But, you know, I'm not going to sit here and cancel out Ice Cube over what he feels to do or feels he wants to do in this election because he's one person. And who he votes for or doesn't vote for should not impact whether you vote or not and who you vote for. If it makes you feel some kind of way about Ice Cube because he wants to support Trump, that's on you. I mean, but the wild thing is that every time we have any black people, entertainers or anything, that go against what is popular politically, we try to trash them. We trash them. Okay, Joe, we trash them. I mean, let's go back to Chrisette Michelle. Remember Chrisette Michelle? I mean, she's still out there making music. It's not maybe how her popularity and stuff was, previously and everything, because she made that move and did the thing. What I think she performed at one of Trump's election, presidential galas. Side note: Chrisette Michelle is the cousin of fellow R&B artist Raheem Devon. Yeah, they're cousins. Just thought I'd put that out. And, you know, he's equally politically, you know, activist. We look at him as the modern day neo soul Marvin Gaye, because his music is political too. But we try to crucify Chrisette Michelle and anybody that was thinking about looking at Trump 4 years ago. So here we are 4 years. down the line, and we trying to do the same thing to Ice Cube, do you really think you're gonna hurt Ice Cube's money? Do you think it's gonna stop him from getting acting roles? Because he's not really out there rapping anymore. He's an actor now.
Hey,
You got to respect the man for at least having a political view. No, David over here tripping, and we ain't gonna be having this. So, if y'all hear some conversation going on in the background, just know, yeah, I don't know what he on. You know, I'm not sure, but it appears that he's trying to calm himself down, which would be the best thing for him. That'd be the best thing for him. But yeah, the crazy thing is that we are fast to cancel everybody. We are fast to cancel every damn body. And I got to give shouts out to Fourth Quarter Talk because they did a really, really good show today. And if you don't subscribe to Fourth Quarter Talk, please, please do. You can find. I didn't post their. I didn't post them today, but if you go back, I did post um, one of their previous lives in my community tab, one that they did on self defense. But today they were back to doing their techie talk, and they were talking about about some of these toys that have things in them that could be collecting data, which is problematic when it's in the hands of a child. And then they were also talking about some things on the financial side in regards to this digital bank that Killer Mike is trying to do with former Congressman Andrew Young and someone else. I'm not sure who the other person is. And we were talking about it in there, and they brought up some very good points. And one of the things that I do know, just from past experience, is that black people have a distrust for black-run financial institutions because of previous failures. And so, but the thing is that we have to start thinking outside of the box because this would potentially give an opportunity to people who don't have a traditional bank account for various reasons. The checks, bad checks, or their credit is tore up, so they're not able to get an account. This could probably help some of those people to reestablish that because you got to have a bank account. And the way that they are moving things, they're trying. You see how they're trying to move everything to paperless and digital, and they don't like you using money. And you see how they're using excuses of there being shortages of money right now during this time. And there's a lot of services that if you don't have a bank debit card or a credit card, you are simply not able to use. You know, and to me, I think that this concept that they're coming up is much better than things like I don't know this green dot card that's out there. And I think it's taken it to another level from what Russell Simmons tried to do a few years ago, with the Rush card, which was a card where you could load money up on it, but it had a MasterCard or a Visa on it. But, I think that this is a little bit better. I think it's a lot better if they're able to get it off the ground, and if they're able to get the support of not only the Black community, but they need to get the support of the minority community as a whole. And if they're going to do this, I think they need to establish it in certain communities that are minority based. Just my 2 cents. But shouts out to fourth quarter talk for keeping us up to date on some of these things and just bringing those out as discussion points. And moving forward, so this morning I did put out a video. I did put out a little morning video. Just telling people to be careful in these YouTube streets because it's kind of hot. It's crazy out there, and it is. I mean, I saw countless videos and live streams in the last 24 hours where people were roasting, toasting, cooking, talking about doxing, and all of the above of other folk. And I'm like, what the, what the, what the, what the? Um, in one situation, there was and I think I talked about this last night. No, I didn't, because I didn't come on last night. I talked about this in somebody else's. I did talk about this last night in somebody else's chat. There was a top 20. No, it was a 20 YouTube channels to avoid list that a content creator put up. And in the process of putting this list up on their channel as content, they doxed several YouTubers. I mean, said their names. Now, I know that they were doxing them because, you know, said YouTubers have said their own names in effort to deflect from this madness. But yeah, and that was just kind of crazy to me because here's my thing, okay? There are millions of channels here on this platform, millions. Well, maybe not millions, but at least thousands. Okay, thousands of channels, and there's so many people out here creating content that wouldn't it behoove somebody to maybe make a list of channels to go see? Let people kind of make their own decisions about channels. I just thought that was kind of tacky. That's just my opinion. You know, and it seemed that the list was kind of self-serving to me because the YouTuber that put this list together seemed to have a problem with everybody on the list. And that seemed to be the reason why they were making the list. But, what do I know? You know, because I'm over here making my own damn content. But I just thought that was kind of crazy, you know? And then you got other content creators that are kind of going back and forth with this person and that person, people being called out a name, uh, and you know, all these back chats that all these people in, all y'all in, that stuff is the devil. Stay out the goddamn back chat. Stop. Ugh. I mean, here's the thing. We don't nobody on this platform know anybody else, really, but for the most part, most of us don't. Now, there's a couple of people, there are a couple of YouTubers, content creators that I do know personally, but I knew them before YouTube. Like, you know, we know each other in real life. They just both now live on the other side of the country. But at one point, we were in the same, you know, same city. And one of them went to the same church as me for years. So, yeah, that's who I can say I know two, you know, I know another one. Because I know, well, y'all, I think I told you guys that I know Niecy Nash from back in the day. So yeah, I know her kid, and one of her daughters has a beauty channel, and I follow her. So okay, there's three people I know. But you know, you know what I'm saying? It's like most of us don't know each other in real life, and the way that people take things on this platform to such crazy levels is just insane to me. Um, I mean, there's one content creator that looks like my music went away, y'all. Let me get it back. There's one content creator. Let me get this back. Let me get this music back. Let me see if I can get it back. Hey, Tutu Thing Thing. Yeah, I'm here, girl. I'm here. Yeah, I didn't come on last night, but I came. I'm on tonight. I'm on tonight. I'm just trying to get my music went away, so I'm trying to make it come back. That is so weird. It's on something that's not what I was playing. So now I gotta wait for it to come back. But as I was saying, there's one content creator that it appears that, you know, YouTube foolery, um, was messing with her real life, you know, and, got her all caught up in some madness, which is just I don't even know what to say. If in fact that is what happened, that's some that's some crazy stuff. And that just means that, yes, I did, sis. I did work today. I did work today. This is going to be a nice check, y'all. It's going to be a nice check. I'm trying to make this extra money to help with, you know, having money to move and for a security deposit, all that stuff. Trying to have it all together. All right, so now I think my music is back. Let's see. Looks like it's coming back. Yep, there it is. Yeah, but I worked for a few hours today, and because I'm on a special project doing some IT stuff, so I went back and did some work. I'm doing work in my regular department, because they need extra help, and anybody can do it. So I decided to do it. Then I'm gonna be on. Then I'm gonna be on vacation for 3 days at the beginning of this week. I'm gonna be going to a virtual conference. It's the conference that I went to last year in real time, but this year I'm going to it virtually because of pandemic. So that'll be interesting. But I think that we'll get to see more speakers because since we're doing it via Zoom, then, you know, people that wouldn't have been able to come, even if we were having it in real time, in the church, will be able to be there because, it's not a whole lot of people who can come into the United States, and we usually have people come from out of the country. So I think we're going to get this bishop. His name is Bishop Tudor Bismarck. Powerful man. Pow- Powerful man of God. And there's going to be a couple of other really, really good speakers, some of whom are previous, members of my church. It's really like a leadership conference, so it's going to be really, really good. I'm really excited about it. I won't be able to go to like the evening sessions per se, but I will be at the daytime sessions. Let's see what you guys are saying in chat. But yeah. And then I posted a picture on my page, you guys. I posted a picture on I actually posted it on my Instagram first. And then I posted it on my community tab. It's just a black and white picture of me with my braids. Just, showing my natural beauty. I just felt like it. I was in a mood. So I decided to do that. I thought that would be, interesting. But yeah, it's been kind of crazy because like y'all, I support a lot of different content creators, and when you watch the the different content creators in the middle of all of this, in different messes and stuff, or different things and going on, it's like, okay, so what's going on? Why they mad at this person? And again, it's because of stuff that happens on offline. Which when I'm offline, I'm offline. Offline, I'm in my offline life. You know, with my son and with my man. It's like, yeah, there was other stuff that I did that I do, but right now I don't because we're in the middle of a pandemic. Even though things are starting to open back up, gradually things are starting to open back up. Even though as things are opening back up, you would think that you would start to see people get jobs, but where the hell are the jobs? The jobs still aren't there. You know, depending on what industry, certain industries are still sucky. You know, until they open up things like bars and stuff. There's a lot of people who aren't going to be working because that's part of the hospitality industry. I know that like shopping malls and those things are starting to open up gradually, but y'all here in California, it is taking forever. It is taking forever. like in the city that I live in, I think they just opened back up, like the city hall, so that people go get parking permits and stuff, because since now they're going to start ticketing people's cars, well, you at least need to allow us to be able to go get the current parking permit. So now they are allowing us to go get the parking permits. And I think, even though I really don't want to do it, I'm just going to bite the bullet and figure out as soon as my birth certificate gets here, and just go get this damn Real ID, so that if I have to get on a plane, I'm able to get on a plane. You guys, I'm gonna put y'all on mute for just 1 second because we're having a little issue over here. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I am back. David was well, he's still having an issue, but he may have to just take his behind upstairs, right? Right. Yeah, that's what I thought. And I don't know what the issue is. I don't know. Maybe he saw his dad today, y'all. But here's the thing. His dad is not cleared for him to have him with him, like the weekend. He just went back to work. So I know he's planning on spending time with him close to his 25th birthday, which is in a week or two. So he better get it together because we're not going to do the meltdowns. We haven't had we haven't had the meltdowns in quite a while because we've been taking extra measures. He's been doing extra measures to help himself. Yes, he has. And and he's been really good. He's been taking his melatonin when he needs to take it. But maybe we might need to, you know, he hasn't done any CBD in a while. Maybe he should do that. Because they have the CBD oils and all of that stuff that kind of helps to calm. Because he needs to calm himself. He needs to calm himself. And you guys, they're saying that services are going to slowly start to come back. We're going to be having a meeting in the next week or so with his worker, his caseworker, his social worker. See if we can get something, even if it's something virtually for him on a computer. I'm at that point, y'all. I'm at that point. And I really, 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 y'all just pray, pray, pray. That we just find the perfect place for us that has what we need, that has a yard where he can, kind of work it out, that's big enough so that we're not all up on top of each other. I have a workspace, an office space, because this has been rough. This has been rough. you know, because he has no outlet. I have no outlet. We don't have no outlet. So it will be so good. It would be so good when his services open back up. Because even though, his dad is going back to work and all that stuff is getting cleared up and everything, we still have this freaking pandemic going on. And and we still have people who are essential workers who are still the main ones who are working. And people are still getting this stuff. Even with 45 patting himself on the back on Thursday night. What a clown move. And then on Friday morning, we wake up to find that we now have a total of 8 million new cases. Isn't that special? We 8 million active cases in the United States. And they're saying that the majority of them are in the Midwest. Michigan, you know, not Illinois, thank God. Um, but, other states that are up there around the Great Lakes in the Midwest. Wisconsin was on there too. That's not good. Because we're about to go into winter. I don't know what you think you're looking for in the refrigerator. Yeah, go ahead and put it on there. You can do that. If that's what. So apparently, his phone is dying. His phone is dying, y'all. So instead of like a normal person just saying, my phone is dying, can I use your charger? We have meltdowns. We don't open our mouth. We don't speak. We don't say anything because our phone has died. This is what he is doing. So so after all this stomping around, we've now figured out what the issue is. We should be at the 20,000. No, we're at the 8 million countrywide. Yeah, that's why he's frustrated, because his phone died. Exactly why he was frustrated. But here's the charger was sitting right there, unoccupied. Hey, Cass. Thank you for coming through the show, love. So 45 is patting himself on the back on Thursday night. And Friday morning we have 8 million more people with. We find out that the count is 8 million people. That's real special. You know, I mean, and whoever's going to vote for him is going to vote for him. His handling of corona means nothing to them. I'm just going to tell you that. There are people that have an issue with it. There are people within the Republican Party who have an issue with how he's handling things. But they still going to vote for him. Hey, Magnum. You know, and back to my original point. There's no good reason to cancel Ice Cube. Not one. He can vote for whoever the hell he wants to vote for. What difference is it going to make as to who he votes for. You know, you know, what good did it do canceling Chrisette Michelle 4 years ago because she performed at one of the presidential galas? I'll wait. Did that do anything except mess with her money? And I've already told you, y'all ain't gonna mess with Ice Cube's money, thinking you gonna cancel him. You're not gonna mess with that man's money. I mean, I'm just saying. Oh, you in here under both of your accounts. You so funny. You're funny. So I guess let me just say this: the people who are voting for 45, they are believing the rhetoric that this man is spewing. They're believing, you know, that if if Biden gets in office, that he would potentially increase the number of justices in the Supreme Court. Now, here's what I will say: Biden said that that's not his intention. However, he did not close the door to it. But that just would be ridiculous for anybody to do that. You know, this woman is going to get in, y'all. I mean, they finished with the confirmation hearings. What? Um, Thursday, Friday. She's gonna be voted in this week. They have enough votes. It is what it is. Let it go. Concentrate on this damn election and not just on the national election. Please look at who is on the ballot on the local level. Look at the initiatives that are going on in your own states. Make sure you vote on that stuff too. Because, like here in California, we got some measure on there, I think it's Proposition 21. There's so much stuff going back and forth about this. This is about rent control. And, the governors against it, have people saying that we're going to have all these rent control boards, all this stuff. This is the same stuff that they said the last time that it was on the ballot. And we still don't really have a good rent control program in the state of California because certain certain types of property are excluded from it. So it doesn't help people who are renting condominiums or single family homes. The current rent control only helps people who are renting if they're renting in multi-family dwellings. And I'm sure a lot of people don't know that in the state. They don't know that if they do vote for this, that this would force them to include those. And see, a lot of people don't want that. That's what they're saying. Oh no, then there won't be more construction. It's a bunch of bull. They just don't want to have rent control. We need rent control badly. What is currently in place is just it's not permanent rent control. Most jurisdictions have like rent control for the next couple of years. It's crazy. It's crazy in this state. Now, of course, there's certain cities that are rent controlled, like you have the city of Santa Monica, but you can't bust a grape to get in there. people stay. And what they do is when they're going to leave, you know, then they sublet it to somebody else and move in. They just seamlessly move into the places. You know, they never go on the market. Rarely will you find a place for rent in the city of Santa Monica because of that rent control. And then in the city of LA, they can't have rent control on places that were built after a certain year. So they have all these little things that are built in currently that a statewide rent control would wipe the F out. But you can't just focus on this national election because in reality, this national election is going to have an effect on national policies, but if you don't vote the right people in at the local level, because they are in many, many states and many cities, they're having elections for those offices too. You need to look at that too. And that's what people don't seem to understand. They don't get it. Oh, that's why you left Long Beach? Yeah. Yeah, Long Beach. Now, they have like the Belmont Shores area of Long Beach. They have some nice places that are close to the beach and everything, but they just want so much money. Shoot. They crazy for some of those rents. And they moved and they pushed all of the black people out of that area. You know, I had a friend that lived down in the Belmont Shores area of Long Beach, and at least when they lived there, and I'm pretty sure it's still that way. That area is mainly white and mainly alphabet, unless it's changed. It's crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna be in my own home again, to thing, or I'm gonna own it even if I don't live in it. Me and my sister have talked about like at some point in the future, if we have the money for me and her to pool our money together and buy the house that we grew up in, that my parents owned back in the 70s and 80s. My mom sold it, and she sold it to some black people, but now I think my sister says there's some Latinos living there now. That whole neighborhood has completely changed from what it was when we lived there. But I would still like to have a house back home, just to own some property where I grew up. You know? But like here in Cali, God, I don't know. I mean, not unless the real estate prices, start to tumble again. I just don't know if I would buy again here. I don't know if I would buy again here. But yeah, my nephew lives out in the Antelope Valley, and I think he's thinking about buying out there. And it probably would be easier for him to buy out there, to be honest. It will probably be easier for him to buy out there. And he's, I mean, he grew up, in the San Fernando Valley. But I mean, he's lived in the Antelope Valley for like 10 years now. So I know it's so expensive. Like, y'all, let me just tell y'all, they got these townhomes that they're building across the street from a cemetery that is down the street from where the stadium is going to be, where the stadium is, and they are starting at $800,000 for 2 bedrooms. It's 2, 3, and 4 bedrooms, 800 and up. Who's gonna buy a 2 bedroom for $800,000? Who's gonna do that? That is absolutely insane. It is so crazy. The prices of real estate in the LA area right now, I mean, is crazy. I mean, you have to be a millionaire practically, you know. And it's just insane. It's like even when you buy the house, you know, will you ever pay it off? It's like if you buy a house in your 20s, yeah, you'll eventually pay it off. But people are buying, if people are buying like their third and their fourth home, like, will they pay those homes off ever? You know, you have to think about that. I know. I mean, they're building them and everything, but with the pandemic and everything that's going on, it'll be a minute before they'll be able to sell those. And, maybe if they come down a couple $100,000, people might start. Now, I mean, here's the thing: if they said 400,000 and up, that might be more reasonable for a 2 bedroom. But they think that but they're probably somebody's going to pay it. Somebody's going to pay it. That's the crazy thing. That eventually somebody is going to pay that. They're going to find a sucker. They're going to find a bunch of suckers. You know. And I mean, y'all know I work in the real estate on the real estate lending end. And it's about location, location, location and all of that. And it's just crazy the way that the real estate market is. And these property values. I was like, all these property values are going up, but people, a lot of people have lost income. I don't know. I know 2 bedroom. That's crazy, but I'm just saying. I've seen people pay $400,000 for a 2 bedroom in California. I wouldn't pay for it. You know, if I'm paying $400,000, can I have 3 bedrooms, please? You know what I'm saying? Can I have 3 bedrooms for 400,000? But, think about it. I've seen condos, 400,000, 2 bedrooms. Crazy. And I'm sure they're more than that now. The market in California is ridiculous. Prices are absolutely ridiculous here. And the income level that most people make does not match. People don't make that kind of money. So they're going to get a whole bunch of investors. You know, that's who will buy up all the property. Investors. They'll buy up the properties and then they'll rent them out. That's why I'm in the high desert. Yeah. I've got friends that live in Victorville. All my cousins live out in Victorville. I got another cousin that lives in Redlands. But it's just like the boondocks to me. It's like the boondocks to me, y'all. I mean, you have, for me, I've moved to the suburbs. I grew up in the city and in the suburbs on the East Coast, and everything's not spread out on the East Coast. Everything's, obviously all close together. And, you know, 30 miles out is the boondocks. You know, but and 50 miles is not the boondocks here, which is crazy. Just, different way, I guess. Different thinking. But I'm going to come on camera real quick before I get off of here because I've been on here for over an hour. And it's dark, so y'all can barely see me. Hey, everyone. Yeah, we don't have I don't have on no lights or anything. No lighting. I just have, just me and my hair. Yeah, I put all these different thingies in it. Some like shells and stuff in here. Getting more, I don't know, what you call it, more hipster, more bohemian, whatever it is. So I will see you guys on tomorrow. Y'all know I'll put on my morning video to say happy Sunday in the mañana. And then I should be on tomorrow night. I am finalizing a couple of videos. So hopefully I'll get one of them uploaded tomorrow as well. But I will see you guys on tomorrow. Yes, expensive in Riverside. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Uh-oh, here comes David. Come on, come on, come on. Come on. Be nice. I'll let you sit down. I'll let you. He was ear hustling, y'all. He just wants to get on camera. Say hi. Okay. All right, you guys. Okay. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, I offer you guys peace and blessings from the West Side. Bye, you guys. I'm out. Peace.